Hey guys, for today's DIY, I'm just taking this little piggy bank and I'm going to remove, I'm going to take 100% acetone, but I'm going to remove the back of the piggy bank, and inside is the lettering. You just want to take some nail polish remover and just take a cotton ball and just remove that, unless you want the writing, but I wanted the writing removed, so I just did that. And then I'm taking my heat gun and I'm going to go around and try to melt down that glue and remove that paper. After that, I'm taking my painter's tape and I'm just going around the front of the house of the glass, and I'm just going to try to prevent any paint from leaking through. If it leaks on the glass, it's no big deal. You can literally wash it off. Next, I'm going to take my white paint by Waverly and I'm going to give the house one coat of this paint. You can do the front, the back. I did even the inside of the house because I feel like you'll be able to see it. You know, maybe not, but that's how I felt. So that's up to you if you want to paint the inside or not. And then I'm taking these little craft sticks from Dollar Tree. I'm just cutting them down to fit to the roof, and I'm going to just start placing them on both sides of the roof. I'm going to take my Starbond glue, it's like a medium, and I'm going to just apply a pretty good amount, spray my accelerator on the glue, and then place that craft stick down. Once I have all those craft sticks placed on the roof, I'm going to take my Antique Wax by Waverly and I'm going to give the roof a coat of that wax, and I'm just going to go around on the house as well, and I'm going to do a coat of that wax on the house, on the inside, the outside, everywhere on the house that you can think of. I just wanted to give it that wood-like effect. I'm obsessed with taking plastic and turning it into wood. I think that's like my favorite thing to do. Well, or not wood, but fake wood, you know what I mean. Anyways, you can see how like I'm doing the inside of the house because I don't know if I'll be able to see through there, so I decided to do it anyways. And then I'm just going to take my painter's tape off. I did have a couple little spots. It came off with water really easily. Then I have these wooden snowflakes that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to take my white craft paint and I'm going to pick 3 of them that I like, and I'm going to paint them white. Once you have those snowflakes all painted and they're dried, I'm taking my fishing wire and I'm just going to wire that through the snowflakes. Doesn't matter where, any hole on the snowflake, and I'm just going to double or triple knot it. I think I did. And then I'm just going to make sure I have some extra string to hang from the house, and then just snip that off with some scissors. To create this snowy effect, I'm taking cotton balls because this is all I had on hand and it worked perfectly fine. I'm just kind of fluffing them apart, pulling them apart, fluffing them up, just to get a snow-like effect. And then I'm just going to place that at the bottom of my piggy bank. And taking a lot of hot glue and gluing those cotton balls down. And then I'm going to take these little mini trees from Crafter Square at Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to place those randomly, hot gluing them down. Once I have all my trees placed, I'm going to take this Dollar Tree bowl filler and I'm just taking the little pine cones out of it and I'm placing them along the cotton balls, anywhere that like you think it looks good. And then next, to glue my snowflakes, I'm just putting a bead of hot glue on the top of the inside of the roof, and I'm going to just kind of place that fishing wire inside the hot glue so it dries. And I'm going to do that to all 3 of the snowflakes. Then you just want to put the back of your house on, and that is all finished. You have yourself a cute little scenery for Christmas. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this and get some inspiration. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye. So starting for these trees, I'm taking these dice from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to drill a hole down the middle. I didn't go all the way down. Maybe I should have. Maybe my trees would be a little more sturdy. I would recommend using a bigger piece of wood or something a little heavier if you're going to do this DIY, because my trees are a little top heavy, so they do kind of flop around a little bit. Now I'm taking these 2 foam cones from Dollar Tree. One is cut down a little bit, and I'm just going to take these wood dowels and I'm placing them right in the middle of the cones. Then I'm just going to take some hot glue and go around the bottom of the cone and that dowel just so it's real secure. And then here I'm taking this yarn from Dollar Tree, and you can take any yarn you like, whatever color fits your Christmas theme. I was going for a neutral look, so I can use it every year, whatever theme I have going on. I might even gift these. If I do gift them, I am going to replace that wood at the bottom so they're a little more secure. So anyways, I just wrapped that yarn all the way around. I know you guys know how to wrap yarn. And I'm leaving the top open because I don't want to put the yarn all the way around that top yet, because we're going to place a finial inside of the top of the foam. So here I am taking these finials from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to just place that right on top. I just pushed it down so it would have room to fit in there, and that's it. You want to take antique wax, well, I took antique wax I should say, and I'm going to just paint the whole finial and then wipe away any excess of that wax that is left on that finial. Then I'm going to take hot glue and I'm going to just glue all around the bottom of the finial so we can place that inside of the foam. And then I'm going to take the extra yarn that's left over, and I'm kind of twisting the tree and pulling the yarn downwards as I'm twisting, just to give it a little bit of a design. Nothing crazy, super easy, just gives it a little more texture on the tree. And when I get to the very bottom, I'm going to glue that yarn down to the bottom of the tree again. Sorry it's out of focus, but yes, I'm just gluing that yarn down, and I'm going to cut that extra piece away. Now I should have done this first, but I am going to paint the dowel as well because I want it to match the rest of my wood, like the finial. And I'm also going to paint the dice in that antique wax color as well. Next I'm going to take these half wood rounds, and I'm just going to put the wax on them as well and wipe away the excess. Then I'm going to take hot glue and I'm just going to glue the beads down to the tree, just wherever you find your eyes like it, right? I don't know. There was no rhyme or reason. I just placed them wherever I thought they looked good. And then I'm taking my hot glue and I'm going to place that glue inside of that hole that we made in the dice, and I'm going to place my tree inside there, and I'm going to take a little more hot glue and just place it along the bottom. Not a lot, just enough to keep it secure. And then next, on to the second tree, I'm taking this taupe yarn, And I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to put hot glue at the bottom, wrap it around. When I get my first layer of yarn on, I can start spinning that yarn without having to place any glue. You can put some glue down halfway through if you feel like it'll make it a little more secure, but I usually don't glue it until I get to the very top again. Unless there's a piece that I won't stay down, then I'll glue it. Now here you can see I'm just pushing that finial in the top of the foam. And then to remove any of the excess foam, I'm just taking my Cricut weeder and getting rid of any of that foam that's left in there. And then doing the same exact thing, hot gluing that finial inside of the top of the tree. And when you're done, you do want to wrap the rest of the tree where that foam is showing. And then cut the excess off. I did not make a little design with this tree. I just left it plain. But I am going to stick the wood beads down on this tree as well. And then you're just repeating the same steps, placing some glue along the bottom of that dowel so it's nice and sturdy. And that is it. You have yourself a set of cute, unique Christmas trees. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Thank you. Bye. Okay guys, for this sign, I'm just taking this picture that I had laying around my house. I haven't had it hung for a couple years. It's cute, just not 100% my style anymore. I'm just going to remove the back of the hanger, or the hanger on the back, and then I'm going to remove the sign from the frame. Now I'm going to take my finger sander and I'm going to sand away any of those shiplap lines or the wording that was on the sign as best as I can, and then just get rid of that extra paper or dust after you had sanded. Make sure it's nice and clean. Now I'm going to take my white chalk paint by Waverly and I'm going to give the sign 2 coats. Now this is a design that I had made on the Cricut design app, and you can find it on there. It says, "Oh come let us adore him for Christmas," and I'm just weeding all of my words. Then I'm going to take my transfer tape and I'm just going to transfer that to my tape. And then I always like to pull my transfer tape from the side, not up and down. I feel like it doesn't pull as hard on my words or the middle of the O's and the A's that always come up with that transfer tape. I just feel like it's much easier. Now I'm going to take my ink chalk paint by Waverly and I'm just going to tap my brush with this paint. I don't want a lot on my brush and I don't want to make full coverage for the stencil. I just want it to have a distressed look. Yeah, so just you want some of that white showing through from the sign. And I'm sorry for the way I sound. My family has been sick. We've all been sick for the last month, and I definitely wanted to get these up sooner. I just have not felt good enough, and I'm finally doing the voiceovers. So sorry how I sound because I'm still trying to fight off this cold. Anyway, so I'm just filling that in like I said, and yep. You can see that I left it like not opaque. You don't want it opaque if you want the distressed look. I'm just removing that stencil and that is what we're left with on our sign. And now I'm going to take my antique green, and this is where I kind of, yeah, I'm not in love with the frame, but it's gonna have to do. I'm sorry, excuse me. So I'm taking the green and I'm just painting the whole sign in this, or frame in this color green. And you can see right there where I broke my frame because it was so hard to get apart from that sign. now I'm gonna take my ink by Waverly, and this is where I thought like, oh, it's gonna look distressed, like the paint is chipping, but I don't know if I 100% love it. Maybe I went too dark with the black. Maybe I should have done a lot less. Maybe waited for that green to dry a little more so it didn't blend so much together. I'm not really sure where I went wrong. But maybe taking like white or gray would be better to that green, because it'll definitely, the contrast would be there and you would be able to see it a lot more. But I wanted the green to pop through with the black, and like I said, the colors kind of just blend together. So after that black has dried, I am going to go back in with the green, and I'm kind of just placing the green in spots to make it look like it's popping through or like it had chipped away. And then when the paint is all dry, that's it. You just put your sign back together, and now we have this beautiful sign for Christmas. I love it. It's nice and simple, and that's what I'm going for this year, simplicity. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, you can find that stencil on Cricut Design Space. Thank you guys for watching. Bye. Hey guys, so I'm making this pine cone tree. I'm taking these pine cones from my local grocery store. They're just those cinnamon scented pine cones, and I'm just breaking apart the pine needles off of the pine cone, and I am using my gloves that came with my stapler because this does start to hurt your hands after a while. So protect your hands and use some kind of thick glove to help pull these pine needles off. Here you can see there's like little like sharp pieces on the pine needle, or at the actual pine needle. Maybe that's why they call it the pine needle. Anyways, I'm just trimming those down a little bit, like cutting them back, just in case my 4-year-old decides to want to grab this tree. I don't want him to poke himself. You don't have to do this part, but I just feel like with little kids around the house, it's better to be safe than sorry. I mean, it's not going to seriously hurt them, but save a little bit of a headache. Now I'm just going in with my white chalk paint, and I'm doing a heavy um, dry brush. Sorry, I could not think what I wanted to say. Yeah, doing a heavy dry brush, and I'm just going to do this to all of the pine needles. And I think I used about 2 pine cones, or about 1.5 total. It depends, yeah. Then I'm taking this foam cone from Dollar Tree, and I'm just placing all of my pine needles um, in uh, in a row going around the tree, and then I will stagger them on top of each other going up the tree. Now, once I get to the top of the tree, I'm going to take some jute twine, and I'm going to start wrapping it around the tree. Now, I wish I would have done at least 1 or 2 more layers of pine cones, because I think it would have looked a little better. But in the end, it's alright. It turned out okay. It's a real rustic Christmas piece of decor, and I'm okay with it. And now I'm going to go back in with my white chalk paint, and I'm just going to give that twine a dry brush as well. And then here I'm going in with my folk art home decor Java chalk paint, and you don't have to do this part, and you could even do it ahead of time if you'd like to paint the cone, but I could see some of the foam poking through the tree, so I just decided to go in and do a little bit of filling in with that paint, just so it kind of blended together. And then there you have your little pine cone organic Christmas tree. I really like it. I feel like it's very rustic and just unique. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. It's really easy to recreate. I think the longest time was, just placing the pine needles down, which you can do that while watching a show. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day.